very specific.
Yes.
It's become a forensic psychiatrist to assist resolving criminal cases while working as a special agent in the FBI.
Yes.
How did you come up with that?
Okay, well originally I wanted to be a lawyer, but then I decided that I kind of wanted to be a doctor too, because when I was 7 years old, I had my little leapfrog with my anatomy book in it, and I was really thinking about how much I loved that. So I thought of a way to put the two together, and I love the show Criminal Minds, so it was a great way to combine everything.
Tell us about some of the key differences between Italy and the United States, the cultural differences.
It actually wasn't that different, which I was very surprised about. I went there thinking that it was going to be very different, and I just felt like I connected with all of the kids that I saw walking around, and it was such an amazing experience because, well, I am 100% Italian, so I was like, oh, my family.
Are they still there?
Part of my family does live there, yes.
Yeah, your grandparents immigrated to Rhode Island, by the way. Why Rhode Island?
I don't know. They really haven't specified. I think it was just because part of her family came over to Rhode Island before her, so she just followed their footsteps.
What can you tell us about mesothelioma that we don't already know from just the commercials that are so popular?
Yes. Mesothelioma isn't very well known at all, which is very disappointing to me because my grandfather died of mesothelioma. And what no one is really aware of are the effects of it. It doesn't just affect electricians, but it affects everyone. It's in asbestos causes it, and asbestos is in talc powder, it's in braking pads, it's in so many different commodities that people use every single day. And there was so much asbestos in the Twin Towers that when those buildings got knocked down, all of it went into the air, and it takes 20 to 50 years for mesothelioma to show up, any symptoms at all. So 9/11 was not that long ago at all, and in a couple years there could be an epidemic, and that's why I think there really needs to be a lot of funding and awareness.
You have a 4.9 GPA.
Yes, I do. I'm very proud of it.
You have all of these accolades. How do you just turn it all off and just be Alexandra, do nothing? What do you do?
I mean, it is a part of who I am because I am very ambitious and driven, and everything I do, I try to do to the best of my ability. So that really does carry with me to dancing, especially. Whenever I'm on stage, I'm thinking that I really have to try my hardest and do my best. And I always want to present myself in the best light. But when I'm home, I'm just Allie, and when I'm with my friends, and right now I'm just Allie.
In your opinion, what are the two hardest things to do in dance?
The two hardest things, I guess turning would have to be one of the things that I have to work harder on, and my flexibility. But I do work on those things, and I think I've gotten pretty good at them over the years.
And you selected jazz as opposed to another type of dance because why?
Because jazz really brings out a side of me that I don't always get to show. With school, I'm very serious about my schoolwork, and jazz is so creative and fun and upbeat, and I love to be on stage and be able to smile and be myself.
What will take you further, drive or talent?
Can you be more specific, please?
What will help you succeed most in life,
Oh.
drive or talent?
I think that both of them play a role, but your drive really helps you to achieve your talent. So I think if you have drive, then you can have another talent, you can have multiple talents, and that's very important.
You say you also have weird talents, like touching your
Yeah,
your nose with your tongue.
Yes. Would you like to see it?
Sure. Go for it, girl.
Yay!
Oh, yeah. And moving your ears up and down.
I can do that too.
Oh, well.
Yay. All right.
What is more important, to be liked or to be respected?
Then again, there's a balance, because you can't just be respected, because then no one will be friends with you and love you. I mean, they will, but let me rephrase. Okay. If you just have respect, then I don't think that you're getting the full spectrum of life. I think that there's a balance. You need to be able to have the people that love you and that care for you no matter what, and then you need to have the people that respect you. But there also needs to be a balance with everyone, because if you're just liked, then you may not get the respect that you need. But I think neither one is more important. You need both in your life.
But if you were to be respected or liked, which would it be?
guess I would have to be respected, because if you're just liked, then it doesn't necessarily mean that you're honest.
I want to ask this question. Would you rather be the president or the first lady?
I want to be the president. I love being a leader. I'm on student council and Model Wedge, and I love all of those things so much that I would like to take control.
What's the first thing you're gonna eat after this whole thing is over?
Probably a big bowl of frozen yogurt.
As president, what do you think is the biggest issue right now for America?
I think the economy is the biggest issue. Coming from Rhode Island, there's an 11% unemployment rate, and there's 8% in the country, so I really think that we need to start stepping that up a little bit and get everyone back in homes and in jobs. I think that would be such a great thing.
Do you,
For the
do you
work-
have this?
Oh, go ahead.
No, is there something that you specifically think we could do?
Oh, yes, I think that we really can. I think that we need to just take in everybody's needs, and I know it's really a difficult job to be the president, because, I mean, you don't just have to think about yourself, you have to think about everyone. And as a leader on student council, I know that it's very hard to put all those things together, but I think if we listen to everybody's needs, we might be able to combine it like a puzzle and make a pretty picture.
Do you think the workers from 9/11, the first responders who eventually developed mesothelioma, do you think the United States government should be responsible for compensating for medical treatment and possible residual death? Or how should that be handled?
Actually, the asbestos company is responsible for that, because if they don't allow the workers to know about the risks of asbestos, then they are responsible. I know when my grandpa came down with mesothelioma that he had to talk to them about it instead of the government, because the government they weren't as aware as they are now. So once those towers were built, it was in the hands of the asbestos companies.
There's so many products and so many things that have asbestos in it.
Yes.
What is asbestos?
Asbestos is a small fiber-like mineral. It's created naturally, and once it gets into your lungs, it gets trapped because all the fibers stick to your tissue. And so when you get a CAT scan or any of those sorts of things, then that shows up, and that's how you know that you have asbestosis or mesothelioma.
Your role models?
My role models, I have a few. Right now, one of my biggest ones I do have to say is Elizabeth, because she's standing in the shoes I really want to be in. I mean, I look up to her so much. And my mom, definitely. I mean, I know that sounds really cliche, but my mom has been there for me through everything. I've always been the underdog with school and, well, not really school, but dancing. I really have tried hard in school, but I had to work so hard, and she's always been there to build me up and help me be the best I can be, and I thank her for everything that I've done and for being here.
Thank you, Alexandra.
Thanks.
See you on
Thank you.
stage.
Thank you.
Thank you.